Michael, you talked a lot about, when we first talked, you talked about you want to give back. You're working with very senior executives where they take up a lot of your time. But a lot of the learning that you've done is something which is you certainly write about, and you write very eloquently about it. But you'd like to give back to people who perhaps can't afford to spend the time with you that they'd like to. So how are you doing that? Obviously, you're in the community and learning platform and the digital transformation people. So how should we work together to get your message out to some people who could really benefit from that?
Definitely, I'm excited about the great audience that you've created in the platform, Tim, and to be able to be a part of contributing to that and creating videos or hosting and having dialogues. I mean, so I had this conversation with somebody recently who's thinking about making a move. And I've done videos about making the leap to entrepreneurial. Yeah. And they said, you must be really busy. And I said, no, I'm not super busy. I don't work as many hours as I did when I was in a corporate job. And they said, why is that? And I said, well, it's because I have far less useless meetings to go to because I'm not in a corporation. So those useless meetings aren't in my calendar. I do as well and better financially, but I don't have as much work to do. Now, the work I do, I need to be on for. I need to be completely present. So it's hard and you can't do it 10, 12 hours a day, but you have those spaces. What those spaces do is they create the ability, I think for any of us who are in a role like mine, you're working for yourself, is they create spaces to join, to give back, to engage in dialogue. We have an hour on the calendar this morning to have this dialogue. It's not a hard hour for me to find. I can find an hour easily. And as far as giving back, one of the motivations behind, and of course it's not free, but one of the motivations around writing the book was there's a limited audience that can hire me to help them implement the kind of things that are in this. But anyone could read it. And I thought, I'm going to be on this planet for a short period of time. There's only so many people I can physically connect with or virtually connect with and have a conversation, but through a book or through videos or courses. And I think you're probably going to host some, we'll probably develop some for your platform, which is great. But you can go and you can see there's free courses I have online. I do a lot of video. I do a lot of my YouTube channel just to try and keep a conversation going and make some contributions there. And I'm always careful when I say this, I do take on some pro bono work as well. And you say they have to be careful because you can get overwhelmed with that. But I always have one or two pro bono coaching things or pro bono support things going on for organizations. And I guess the last thing is you look for opportunities in the paid work you're doing to do something good. So I have a client I mentioned who's in a retail space, and they have a lot of big distribution centers where things can come in and go out to the retail establishments. And during COVID, like most places, they were woefully understaffed and couldn't find people, but yet they're actually pretty good jobs. They're hard jobs. You might be running a pallet jack in a refrigerated warehouse, but it pays well. It's got great benefits. It's a union job. It's got great retirement, and there's a great future in it for a good living. And one of the things that we're exploring now is I happen to live in the Portland, Oregon area, and the Northwest has always been a fairly open and liberal area, but it also has, a homeless problem that's been exacerbated by what's gone on in the economy. So one of the things we're looking at is, can we actually take people who are homeless and instead of giving them a handout, bring them in, help them find a place, pay for a place to live, pay for transportation, pay for childcare? Can we invest money that we're investing in firms that bring in outside labor forces who charge a 200% premium to do that, and invest that ourselves in getting people off the streets into a home and productively working? And can we, beyond that, can we identify people in our population that we know are there who are once in their shoes, who are willing to talk about their journey? Can we provide a social support system inside the organization? Can we make it something that we're proud of? Can we say, yeah, we're a big part of our community. It's not only through the things we provide to our community, but it's about changing people's lives literally in our community. And it's a slow process in a corporation, but step by step, we're moving forward and we're hoping we can do something. And that's one, by the way, that in my work with this client, all the work I do on that project, I don't bill them for. That's just my give back that I've put in place. And so there's oftentimes opportunities. You have to be careful how you structure it, but there's opportunities actually to give back when you see an opportunity in a client organization like a consultant.